Man who has been losing for 7 days in a row finally had his lucky day today. He thought he'd quit after losing his last $100,000, but then his cell phone suddenly sent him a message asking him to bet it all. At first, the man didn't think much of it. He was here to lose money anyway, so he just threw out all his chips. Oh, he's not a fool, is he? Because of the amount of money Paul's stud was so large that even the dealer had to ask the manager behind him to get an affirmative answer before the game could continue. Of course, in the eyes of the watching crowd, the man was a fool, because the casino had never encountered a similar situation since it opened, which made the backstage boss look confused. After confirming that there was no mistake, the dealer started to deal the cards. The man was dealt a jack, and on the second round he was dealt an ace, which made up the biggest blackjack in the house. Instead of losing money, Paul made another $200,000 in tears. However, the boss soon realized the problem through the casino's security camera. Playback man found that Paul every time before betting secretly looked at the phone. He then ordered someone to open the casino's blacklist. But unfortunately, the identity of the hero is very clean. On the other hand, Paul's cell phone once again sent a message saying to go to the 13th slot machine. He hesitated for a moment and decided to trust his cell phone once again. Unfortunately, there was a player at the designated machine and a message from his cell phone saying that the jackpot would be opened after 3 times. Seeing that the man had no intention of stopping, Paul offered to buy the machine for $100 and play a game. But the man said 13 is his wife's lucky number. $100. Do not even think about talking. Man has knocked down the second time. Paul did not hesitate to raise the price to $500, but the man was still not happy and then continued to raise the price to $1,000. Seeing that the man was still not moved, Paul directly opened the bidding to $5,000, and in cash, the bearded man smiled like a flower, not realizing that soon he would not be able to laugh. Even the casino staff was baffled by the transaction. Knowing that the odds of winning a slot machine are almost zero, they don't know what Paul is up to, so they can only wait and see what happens. But soon the casino will not be able to laugh, only to see the hero slightly adjusted his mind. A small hand so gently pressed the slot machine instantly spun up. As predicted by the cell phone, the slot machine opened a jackpot of $100,000. Although the boss didn't see anything, he was sure that Paul would look at his cell phone every time he placed a bet, so the boss immediately sent his men to threaten him, telling him that cell phones were forbidden in the casino, so if you wanted to play, you could go home. But Paul, having tasted the sweetness, obviously refused to give up this heavenly fortune. He left the casino and immediately called his hacker friend and paid a high price for a customized Bluetooth headset. As for who sent himself a text message, Paul did not care. He only wanted to rely on this phone to make money. The next day, after a series of complicated settings, the hacker changed the phone's text messages to voice announcements so that Paul could receive them through his Bluetooth headset. Next, with a little tweaking, the hacker opened a random message to test it.